Бабо, какво има в то кренвирш, бе? Много е вкусен.
Ми всичко, бабо. Пилешки кожи, ногти, свински зурли, копита, сланина, най-вероятно има и малко месо, ама ма съмнява, по-скоро е хартия.
Greetings, comrades! Today I won't focus on long intro covered with some stories and fancy stuff. I want Italians to excuse me again, as we'll be preparing another pasta variety, driven totally by socialist times. And of course the genius of babushkas, who did not have a huge variety of products available during these hard times. For the purposes of today's recipe, we'll be using a very interesting socialist sausage which we still have today, called Krenvirsh. This is basically a cheap imitation of the Vienna sausage developed by socialist genius back in the day. While it may have been good and with nice products back in the day, as the older generation says, today this is quite controversial. It is basically a processed meat sausage with some quite controversial additives. Especially the ones in the cheapest range are, well, basically you don't want to eat them. There are even wild theories that say that to the meats they process and the subproducts they use, they even add some paper just for the volume, which is not an option I would exclude, knowing the prices of it. We have a popular saying in Slav lands which says, if you have eaten Krenvirsh, you basically have eaten everything. Why I'm using this? Well, I'm using them because this is how I remember the recipe from my childhood, and I wanted to show you the authentic babushka way. Also, I tried to find out the good variety, the more expensive one, but you never know with this type of sausage. And by the way, feel free to use any type of meat or sausage you like. It will work perfectly with this recipe. With that said, let's see how to prepare it so you can become an even better Slav pasta master. As always, we will be reviewing the products first. For this pasta you need 1 kg of blood-like tasty tomato passata or canned tomatoes, 150 grams of tomato puree to achieve depth in the taste, vegetables by choice, any vegetables would work here, some spaghetti or any other type of pasta. It will work, we typically did this with crappy pasta back in the day, a pinch of white bread to kill the tomato acidity. Some are savory of course, this is the bread and the butter of the Slav cooking world. We'll pay regards to the real pasta with some oregano, but we'll remain Slav with the sunflower oil. Some salt and socialist red pepper would be nice, and of course our main hero, the dog's delight as we call it. The other name of it is Krenvirsh, which is a classic socialist sausage, as I already said in the intro. After that, you enter secret code for the Slavic sequence for making strange Slav spaghetti. We need to peel our sausages from these fake sausage wraps. Everything is fake here, yes, I know. I bet some of the wrap material is used to make the sausage as well. These are quite good in taste actually, but the thing is that the way they are produced is a little controversial. The meat they use is not good quality, they use some subproducts and some industrial additives which are not very cool in my opinion. But in the end, from time to time, they won't hurt anybody. You can consider them Slav vaccines. They make Slavs live to the ripe old age of 55. We need to cut them into cubes or any shapes you want. Let's try some nice shapes. Here's some socialist star shape, not the best, but hey, still a star. Some reactor 4 shapes. Nice. If you have time, you can play with the shapes. I don't have this time as a busy Slav, and I'll go with the cubes all the way. After we cut our sausage, we need to heat sunflower oil in a pan of choice. Meanwhile, open all our types of tomatoes, so they'll be ready to assist us anytime. Time to cook our dog's delight. throw them into the sunflower oil and start cooking them. Mix from time to time until some color starts to develop. After that, add the tomatoes in and the tomato paste. Mix well so the tomato paste can incorporate well with the tomatoes. Put the stove to medium and bring to a boil. Meanwhile, fill a pot with hot water so it can boil faster. Use the Comrade electric utensil for this. Salt the water well, cover with the lid and leave the water to start boiling. Meanwhile, our tomatoes became a volcano. These holes which appear are a sign that we're on the right way. Add herbs. I prefer adding a lot of these, they're good for you. Oregano can be fresh, but summer savory is always better dried. Add salt to taste, a lot of socialist red pepper and 2-3 sprinkles of sugar. Mix very well and add in the vegetables. Stir again and leave everything to cook for 20 to 30 minutes on medium. Meanwhile, our pasta water has started boiling, so we're ready to make swimmers out of this spaghetti. Just add them, don't worry, they'll soften up and will drop into the water by themselves. Add the lid and leave them to boil. You can stir 2-3 times to make sure they don't stick, but even if some stick to the bottom, it's not a huge pain. Meanwhile, our sauce is almost ready. See, the volcano holes are present. This is how it sounded like. Mix a little bit again, have a taste test for quality control. Quality control approves and our tomato sauce is ready to meet the spaghetti. Meanwhile, the spaghetti are almost boiled. Try one to see if it has softened. You can leave it al dente if you like it, I do not. Sift the pasta through our faithful Comrade sifter. A common mistake here is to wash it under cold water. Don't do it, you'll ruin your pasta. It will stick. Return it back to the pot and the pot back to the stove. We will take the hero ladle and put the whole tomato mixture into the spaghetti. I got tired eventually of using the ladle, so just pour everything directly from the pot. Let the tomatoes meet the pasta under low heat for 5 to 10 minutes while mixing from time to time. And we should be ready with a huge bowl of pasta.
Bonus Slavness!
Bonus round. For the bonus round I'll show you how to serve this and with what cheese we can eat them. Also I'll tell you a little bit more about this type of cheese. You take some tongs and try to make a spiral with the spaghetti. As we'll take only from the pasta like that, we'll need to add from the sausage and from the vegetables with a spoon or with something. And we'll add some grated kashkaval. Kashkaval is a very popular type of cheese in the Balkans. In Bulgaria, kashkaval is made from cow's milk and is known as kashkaval vitusha. Vitusha is the name. While there's a variation made from sheep's milk. It's called kashkaval Balkan. Balkan is also the name. And the third type is preslav, which is the name given to this cheese, which is made from both cow and sheep milk. Basically they mix them together and make kashkaval preslav. These are the names from socialist time of course, but we still use some of them. Kashkaval is a traditional food used in most of the breakfast pastries we have. One of the most common dishes with kashkaval is kashkavalki, which is a little pastry containing kashkaval inside and on the top. We'll prepare it in the future, you'll see how awesome it is. Like in the other Balkan countries, kashkaval is a major substitute to all other kinds of cheese, especially in pizzas. Another popular Bulgarian snack is princess, yes, princess, which is a grilled slice of bread topped with kashkaval or topped with ground pork or with ham and kashkaval of course. We'll be seeing that too sometime in the future. Also, if I manage to do it, I'll show you how to make a new version of kashkaval at home. Slav difficulty level, 3 out of 5 I would say. Just be careful with the boiling of the pasta. Also make sure to boil the tomatoes at medium, because if you do at high temperature, they'll start boiling aggressively and will make mess of your stove, walls and eventually burn you. Energy. Come on guys, pasta calories do not count as it goes directly in the soul. This may be not the most traditional pasta recipe you watch on the internet, but when babushkas do not have a variety of products, they tend to get creative. This is very close to some pasta dishes babushka used to prepare. The good thing was that every time it was a little bit different both in taste and in the products she used. We also use different types of pasta every time. It works perfectly with macaroni too, because the sauce goes in the hole and it is perfect. Make sure to put the cheese while the pasta is hot, or heat the pasta before put the cheese. This will melt it down, like the reactor 4, and will make our dish tastier. Also, you can use any other type of meat or sausage. I just wanted to show you the authentic babushka genius from the old times. Fun fact, near my hometown there's a village where they prepare some version of fresh Slav pasta, which I will try to show you sometime. That's it from me, comrades. Slav you next time.